Donald's Dilemma is an interesting short for a few reasons. The first reason is that our protagonist is actually Daisy, and it's Daisy who is talking us through most of the narrative. But the other reason it's interesting is because a particular song that Donald sings. I love it when Disney references other Disney films, and this is something that we have here. So, Donald's Dilemma originally aired in 1947. It was directed by Jack King, and at the start, we learn as Daisy narrates her problem to what we assume is a psychiatrist or a psychologist of some kind, but they're off screen, we can't see them. So it's kind of like Daisy's talking to us. We can immerse ourselves in it that much. And she explains that Donald was hit on the head with a flower pot. And once he regained consciousness, he began to sing beautifully. He had this beautiful singing voice, and he would sing When You Wish Upon a Star, of course, the classic song from Pinocchio. And he became very successful and very famous, and suddenly Daisy had lost her love, and she began to experience all kinds of symptoms and side effects of being neglected and ignored by Donald, who doesn't really seem to acknowledge her existence or acknowledge that he once loved her, or perhaps still does love her. And this is a complaint that she's having, and she doesn't know what to do about it. And I won't say what happens towards the end, but I'll say that it took a pleasing journey. I like the involvement of the psychologist, what their role is in this, and how they're represented in the animation, as they could have made the psychologist much more of a presence. They could have made the psychologist another character. Professor Von Drake could have easily took on that character, but they went a different angle with it, and I think it works very well. Donald beautifully singing When You Wish Upon a Star is something that I thought worked very well, and it was absolutely beautiful. Daisy does get quite depressed, and she does mention, thoughts of suicide and kind of darker thoughts that are not necessarily appropriate for young children. Apparently, I think it was censored at certain points when it aired on TV. They did, they went a darker route with it, but at the same time, I don't think that that's a bad thing. Yes, good to censor it for some audiences, but at the same time, these are feelings that people can genuinely have if their loved one's hit on the head with a flower pot. These are genuine psychological conditions that you can have if you experience such trauma that Daisy is going through. So I applaud them for actually not sugarcoating it in a way. I thought, brilliant voice cast. Clarence Nash voices Donald Duck. That was unusual. I don't normally have an issue with saying Clarence Nash's name. But brilliant voice of Donald Duck, original voice. And we have Gloria Blondell voicing Daisy. So across the board, I think it's a very strong episode that's very interesting. It's full of surprises. I don't consider it to be predictable. If you're a fan of Donald or Daisy, or just Disney in general, I think you should check out Donald's Dilemma. It's definitely one that's quite unique.